Welcome back to my Let's Play for LeafGreen, my mono grass run. It's time to once again take on our rival in order to cross Nugget Bridge. Yeah, I'm expecting this fight to be rather annoying, let's face it. Dealing with our rival is always a bit of a pain, and there's no getting around it. Between Pidgeotto and Charmander, and against eventually Kadabra when, he evolves it, because right now it's an Abra, so it's not really a threat, it's just kind of there. It's gonna be hard to really deal with this guy reliably, because let's face it, the moves I got, they just don't do enough to really deal with this team effectively just yet. I'm hoping, at some point I'll have better options for quickly wiping this team out, but for now, I gotta make do with what I got, which is basically gonna be Sleep Powder and Leech Seed, and then throwing out tackles, if Pidgeotto doesn't wake up and start kicking the crap out of me. So I can try and take out, hopefully, before it gets a chance to either do Sand Attack or hit me with a bunch of Gust to rip through my health. And thankfully, Gust is a weak enough move. I don't have to really worry about instantly killing me, like say if it's a Wing Attack or something. Because Wing Attack would just mess me up royally. As for why I use Leech Seed, well, that way if it does wake up, at least I'll have some recovery going for myself. I went for Sand Attack. Gosh darn it. Well, I can either try and finish it off or throw another Sleep Powder at it, I suppose. Hopefully we hit it. And of course we miss. One Sand Attack and it's already screwed up my accuracy. Gosh darn it. It's sort of surreal how often that happens. Like, it's just one, and the move had 95% accuracy to begin with. Like, miss. Like, what on earth is going on here? It's just one attack. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Sometimes it doesn't have much impact on me at all. Other times, just completely ruins my day. And it's just one Sand Attack. Like, it's surreal when that happens, man. I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna have to switch into a Fire Attack. Not a good thing. Not in the least bit. But this way I can get over the accuracy problems. Albeit I may end up being almost dead after this. Hopefully don't knock me out. Because there's no way he wasn't going to use Ember against, something as vulnerable to it as Paris was. You'd have to be crazy not to use Ember on that thing. Okay, now I can use some more Leech Seed, I suppose. I also can use some potions, since I have quite a few on hand, so I'm not really restricted to just using Leech Seed to recover at the moment. It's just usually preferred, because I like to save potions for when I absolutely need them. But I suppose some would argue this is the kind of moment where, they would be really helpful. Because if this thing gets up and hits me with a critical attack while I'm in this weakened state, it could potentially one-shot me. And I don't really have I only have, one revive on hand? So I'm kind of living on the edge right now. And I really don't need to be. Okay, we're going with another Sleep Powder. And even that was a bit chancy. On the grounds that, Sleep Powder misses about 15% of the time. It's not too often. But when it does miss, it royally screws you. Okay, let's continue to bash its brains in. Well, if it's going to stay asleep, that means I can finish it off next turn, then. Assuming my tackle doesn't, screw me over and miss again for no apparent reason. If only that move was more accurate. Jeez. Abra, eh? Screw it. I'll leave Ivysaur out there. I'll probably switch over to Paris. After all, this Abra has no way of getting away. It can only teleport right now. Why you didn't evolve it, I don't know. Probably because they realized how powerful Psychic Pokemon were, and weren't sure the player would have a team capable of really dealing with Abra just yet. Maybe. Or maybe they thought it'd be good for a joke that your rival has a useless Pokemon that can't actually do any damage. Like, it just sits there trying to teleport away. Just you wait until it becomes an Alakazam and beats the ever-loving tar out of you, sucker. I mean, maybe that was the goal. You know, a bit of an in-joke about how dangerous this thing will be down the road. And how everyone will just underestimate it when they first fight it. Because they're like, oh, it doesn't do anything but try to run away. Like, oh, you poor child. You have no idea what you're in for. Yeah, I really don't have any good ideas on how I'm going to really deal with Alakazam down the road. Besides, you know, grab an Execute and hope that having Psychic typing will help nerf its advantages against me, since it'll do damage I can resist. Well, I can counter with, like, Leech Seed and Sleep Powder and stuff like that. Yeah, I may have, you know, multiple Executes by the time this is all said and done. It's one of the few grass types you can really play around with this generation. You can go with a grass moveset, or you can go with a physical moveset. I mean, you got more options with Executor, you know, than a lot of these other Pokemon. Like, Parasite's biggest problem is it's reliant on, you know, Spore. Without Spore, it's pretty much useless. There's no getting around it. Of course, I need to put this Rattata to sleep and start, you know, seeding it real fast. After all, it can use Quick Attack and be a pain in my freaking face. I should say my butt, I guess, not my face. But I suppose those teeth did definitely aim for the face. Probably try and gouge out your eyes. Or bite off your nose. Let's say, don't you miss Leech Seed. I need you to seed that rat and start sucking its life away. Sure, it's underhanded, but gosh darn do I need it. And gosh darn is this battle dragged on way longer than I wanted it to. I mean, it's going to take us like over 7 minutes to defeat our rival, and I still have to go across Nugget Bridge here. Gosh darn it. Man, everything in this run just takes so long. Thankfully, most of the people on Bridge use like normal type Pokemon stuff, so I can just Vine Whip them into submission, then replace it quickly with Razor Leaf. I don't care about Bill's rare Pokemon. After all, I'm after grass Pokemon, because they're the best. No, they aren't. They're not even close. Oh, great. Now what? Oh, the Fame Checker? I don't even care about the Fame Checker. Jeez. Neither do I. I give even less of a hoot than you do. And you're a fictional character. Jeez. Well, let's use a potion here. After all, that'll get me back up to, you know, at least close to full health. Now I can focus on just knocking everyone off this freaking bridge. Oh great, it's a bug catcher. And then you have to take on Team Rocket. Yay! This episode's going to take a lot longer than I thought it would. I guess that's alright. I mean, I got a clear goal in mind, at least. I just would prefer not to deal with some of these targets, after all. But at least with the level advantage I have going for me now, I can just quickly knock out Caterpie and stuff with a tackle. Though I still would prefer having Body Slam here. Ooh, we can get Razor Leaf. Sweet. We can ditch that weak Vine Whip and get a better move that has more power points behind it. Best of both worlds, after all. Like, see, Vine Whip's the grass version of Tackle, so I don't know why you don't get 35 uses of it, at least. I mean, it's no more powerful, so why is it so limited? Like, they're like, oh, does it hurt the Pokemon really bad when they whip someone? Like, if that's the case, why doesn't it hurt someone so much when they hit them with Tackle Attack, or a Body Slam, or Strength, or something, you know? Like, it's so limited, but it's so weak of an attack, it makes no sense. Yeah, I know they fixed that in the later gens, but still, it's just one of those things that always bugs me whenever I think about it. Like, what were they thinking in the early gens when they made Vine Whip that limited? What was the reasoning behind it? Because there has to be some reason they did that. Like, there has to be some reason. I just can't think of a good one. And why does this guy have to have 4 bug Pokemon? I mean, really. I mean, I should use Sleep Powder. Then again, it may have just woke up the next turn anyway. And I can probably take it out with 3 tackles. So, not too big a deal. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a battle where I have to use, you know, 4 tackles. I guess I could have thrown Razor Leaf at it. It doesn't have as much resistance to that move as Kakuna does. Come on, just toss it out there already. I'm half tempted to seed this and just throw Paris at it. I might just do that. After all I can do is harden, and this way I can at least throw some experience over to everyone's favorite little mushroom. And this way it doesn't have to do a lot of damage with Scratch Attack. Because let's face it, it's not going to. Paris is not going to take this thing down quickly no matter what it tries. Albeit doing this sort of switching work definitely adds on time to the episode, but that's a price I'm willing to pay. But only against Pokemon that you know that are worth a decent chunk of experience. And only against Pokemon I know really can't turn around and threaten Parasite here. Because if it could actually attack Parasite, well, let's face it, Paris wouldn't stand a ghost of a chance against much of anything. It's not a very good Pokemon. Yeah, harden yourself all you want, I don't care. Here comes my Stun Spore. Will Paralysis actually work in my favor here? I don't know. Probably not. Nope, didn't work at all, because it just shed skin. It's like, I spit in the face of your Stun Spore. See? I know shed skin, so I just throw it off. Patooey! It's like, damn, Kakuna. Not to be so rude about it. It's like, I have to, because you were so stupid about it. Oh well. It's not as bad as the issues I was having answering a few riddles earlier today. I was so out of it still, I ended up answering several riddles wrong and had to deal with a random encounter over it. Like, it's not really a random encounter, you know, if it triggers because you got a question wrong, but yeah. Like, oh, you got this wrong. You get thrown into a battle with a random set of monsters. That was the only thing really random about it. Like, what's he gonna throw at me? I'm not sure just yet. Please tell me you don't have Pidgeys. Oh man, it's a Pidgey. Gosh darn it. I'm tired of these birds, man. And I know this thing's packing Gus, so I'm probably going to be seeing that real fast. Let me guess, I'll get like 4 HP back. 3, I'm sorry, I overestimated. Here, let's just put you to sleep. Then we'll start throwing tackles at you. I probably should have started with Sleep Powder and Tackle from the get-go, because let's face it, I'm not going to get enough HP back to really merit the use of this technique. And at best, I'll get back to where I started. Tackle attack, huh? That was an odd choice. Why not just stick to Gust? It's more effective. Like, seriously, there's no reason to use Tackle Attack when you're a Pidgey facing off against an Ivysaur. Like, if you have Gust, you should use it. Oh, an Oddish? Darn it! My grass attacks are still being nerfed. And I can't use Leech Seed either. Stinking grass type. Why are you lowering my evasion? I never raised it. Are your moves really that inaccurate? And you're an Oddish. I don't think you have moves that are that likely to miss. It's like you got some sort of one-hit kill technique or something. Oh, it's Bellsprout. The one other grass Pokemon I can find on this route. I have to admit, I'm not too fond of that as a pick here. My experience with Weeping Bell was definitely not the best. Albeit Bellsprout did help out with Flash, when I was going off against Faulkner, so I can't completely discount the freaking plant, but still, it's not one of my favorites by a long stretch. And it probably didn't help with Victory Bell constantly grabbing, you know, James by the head and being constantly disobedient for no real reason. I mean, at least if it's disobeying because Team Rocket's evil, I could get behind it, but it's just because James was that bad of a Pokemon trainer, so I didn't really care. I mean, I had enough of that with Charizard and Charmeleon. They're like, Ash, you haven't earned my respect. I'm a Charizard. I only respect the strongest trainers, and you don't qualify. I mean, your badges weren't earned, they were given to you. I'm guessing that's the excuse they'd given the anime for it. Ah, great. Intimidate. Well, Razor Leaf, I guess. I mean, at least it's a special attack, so its power wasn't cut. I don't care if it's not effective. It's effective enough for what I need. It's not like I got access to Confusion at the moment. Or better yet, Psychic. I'd even take a Psybeam right now. Got that right. I find funny is your rival is so much stronger than all the trainers on this bridge. Yet you have to beat him in order to get here. Like, what's the point of these trainers at that point, if they're gonna be so unsatisfying a target? Oh, whatever, I guess. Okay, Razor Leaf. I really don't want to trigger Poison Point, so I'll throw leaves at it. Oh, it's getting pumped, eh? I like getting pumped too sometimes, man. Especially in Demon Hunter. But most of my opponents can't take it once I do get pumped. It makes for rather boring battles, to be honest. Rather boring and lengthy battles. I mean, most of the Shrine Guardians take about 5 minutes to take out. Getting there usually takes longer than taking out the boss. Which is kind of messed up. Yet you have to defeat 7 of them in total in order to unlock the power of the Soul Tether and gain access to the final area. I'll probably do the next 2 in their own episode, then to the Soul Tether thing, and make my way into the depths of the Netherworld in order to defeat Seraphine and save the world. Darn, it's gonna take me almost 20 minutes to get across this bridge. I thought I'd be done by now. You're gonna stop me. Do you know how many other people have tried already? And you think you're gonna pull it off, Ethan? Plus, you got a Mankey. And Mankey's not that good. Trust me, I know. I did a fighting run and I used 2 Mankeys. And even with all that, I still could barely defeat Misty. Because Mankey has almost no resistance to special attacks whatsoever. And it doesn't have enough HP to usually endure them, so it just gets knocked out. I had the power level like crazy to get past Misty. Yeah, I did. By the way, how would you like to join Team Rocket? We're a group of professional crewmen specializing in Pokemon. Want to join? Are you sure? Come on, join us! I'm telling you to join. Okay, you need convincing, I see. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. How do you think this is any more convincing than your earlier offer? Like, I lose to you, I have to join Team Rocket? Who says? And what makes you think you have a better chance of defeating me than the trainers on the bridge? I mean, I just took all of them down in a row. And I barely took any damage in the process. Like, your Ekans would have to be incredible to even stand a ghost of a chance here. And I guarantee you, it's not that good. Oh, darn. Why would you use Bite there? You use Leer, why wouldn't you follow that up with Wrap? Or, I don't know, Poison Sting. Something. Zubat, eh? Man, I hate Zubat. Okay, let's sleep powder it. I don't think it knows any flying moves, but let's shut down that bite attack right from the get-go. Just in case it wants to make me flinch. I mean, it's not fast enough to really pull it off anyway, but, you know, I'll still put to sleep. Because it's got a quadruple weakness, so I can't really take it down all that fast with Razor Leaf. I guess I could throw Tackle at it, but that's kind of been nerfed at the moment. Well, it still does enough damage to warrant using it, I suppose. I guess that just shows how shoddy Zubat's defenses are. Or how important the level gap is when you're 8 levels ahead this early on in the game. I would, huh? I think I'll let it go to waste. I got better things to do with my time than join Team Rocket. A group of losers that can't do much of anything on their own. Seriously, if it wasn't for Giovanni, no one would care about your organization. Seriously. He's the heart of it. First, we must battle before you go and see Bill. I mean, seriously. And Onyx, eh? Dude, I eat Onyxes for breakfast. They stand no chance whatsoever against my Razor Leaf. Like, you'd have a better chance if I was using a water Pokemon right now than against Ivysaur here. And it'd still be just as bad for you. I mean, at least some of the water Pokemon are relatively slow. Sure, Ivysaur's not a speed demon either, but still. Actually, Ivysaur's probably slower. My level 40 some Blastoise was faster than my rival's level 53 Ivysaur, after all. I was hoping I didn't have to fight you. I really would prefer just to skip over here and not bother. Well, at least he's a soft target. In the old days, I think you could use him as part of a glitch, actually, to get Mew on the Nugget Bridge. Which is a relatively fun Easter egg when someone discovered it, but I don't like messing around with glitch towns too often. Though I've done it before. Albeit Mew tends to be really overpowered in Gen 1. Though that's probably because in Gen 1, you had, well, it was a jack of all trades. At a time when, you know, there weren't Pokemon that could really hit you too hard for that. So, it was really good at the time, but after a while it sort of just fell out of favor. I mean, being average at everything meant that Mew wasn't really good at anything. Sort of like Ray from Beyblade. Like, he doesn't excel in any area, so he's ultimately not all that dangerous. Because of it, being balanced can be your own downfall sometimes, you know? It's odd, but it's true. Like, if you're too balanced in all the categories, like, you have no real strength, so everyone deals with you relatively easily. It's just a weird reality of RPGs in my experience. It's better to be just great at something than good at everything. That's why I don't like the main character so much in Dot Hack. The first series games, he's good at everything, but not really bad at anything, so ultimately he doesn't have enough of a major strength to really matter too much, usually. Sure, you can use books to affect some of that, but most of the books, you know, affect your resistances to certain elements, and getting them is a pain in the butt because you can only find them in certain dungeons. Sure, you can farm them as much as you like, but it's very time-consuming for a boost of, like, +2, I think, or something like that. Because it usually takes about an hour to go through some of these dungeons later on. I mean, there might be some short ones somewhere out there, but I don't really know where they are. Well, at least we're almost to Bill's house. I can't believe I wished I'd sort of split this into 2 parts now. Jeez. I didn't think this was gonna take this long. Shows me. I mean, I don't think any other team had this much trouble getting through the bridge quickly. Though most of the other teams didn't have to worry about being resisted by so many Pokemon, I suppose. So they could go for a lot of one-shot kills on such weak opponents. Come on, just a bit further. And we're definitely going to try and pull that one guy out far enough to get that item. I'm not sure what it is right now, but I'd still like to pick it up anyway. Jeez, this way we're going to be ready for Lieutenant Surge, and I'll have to use Gardenia for it. Darn. Well, I doubt this Machop's got any interesting combos going for it, like Revenge or something right now. I mean, if it had that, I might actually worry about hitting it that hard. Okay. Let's pull you down so I can just sneak in there. I don't care if you've got a girlfriend right now, man. I just want to do a Pokemon battle real quick here. I didn't really have to do one, but I figured I might as well get that item in case it's something helpful. Because I can't place what it does at the moment. No, my luck, it's going to be something inconsequential, though. And then I'll be upset that I wasted time on this. Another bloody Ekans. Why do so many people have this snake floating around right now? I mean, really, it's like, I get that Intimidate's cool and all, but why? Okay. Razor Leaf time, I suppose. You know, game, I don't need you to tell me it's not very effective. I know. I know, it's there for beginning players, so they can figure out the typings of a Pokemon they're fighting and stuff. Oh, secret power? Well, that's a mixed blessing, I suppose. Of course. I don't care if your friend has a lot of cute Pokemon, it means absolutely nothing to me. Oddish? Of course it's Oddish. I mean, I'd be crazy to think I can get away from seeing Oddishes on this route. Even when they're not available, they still show up. Ow, my back. It's killing me. Guess I should rub my shoulders afterwards. Those self-rubbings only have so much help, I suppose. Ah, Pidgey, eh? Well, I think we can just Razor Leaf this thing out of existence. I hope. Thank you, game. Yeah, 12 levels is pretty hard to overcome at this point. I guess I could technically throw this out at Oddish as well, but I'll focus on Tackle on this thing. Absorb, eh? Well, that may let it survive for a third attack, I'm not sure. It still looks like it's under half HP at the moment, but I'll find out. Okay. One more level. Good thing we didn't do that much switching around here. This would have taken even longer. Let's just get our ticket and go. Jeez. Yeah, I'm a true blue Pokemaniac. Hey, what's with that skeptical look? I'm not joshing you, lady. I got screwed up with an experiment combined with a Pokemon. Yeah, I guess. Soon if I say no, I'll just get pestered into doing it anyway. I still don't get why there's a fly reference here. Maybe one of the people working on the working on this game just like the fly for some reason. I know Western animation definitely had an influence on some Japanese anime. Not all of it, but definitely some of it. No, I didn't. Got myself an SSN ticket. Of course, I'll have to get the Vermilion City in order to ride it. I'll try, but I'll have to wait till next time. After all, to get to Vermilion City, I'm gonna have to go past another Team Rocket member. And it's a somewhat lengthy journey at this point anyway. Just, jeez, I wasn't expecting this episode to take 30-some minutes to complete. Till next time, then. See ya.